and those of you watching on DAZN right now, and as you may have heard, the public has been invited to this event here, the Hard Rock in downtown New York City in Times Square. So I'd like to do an informal poll for those of you here who thinks that Daniel Jacobs will win on May the 4th. How many think that Canelo Alvarez will win on May? To say that it is pretty much split right down the middle, 50-50. The big question when Canelo signed that massive deal, 11 fights, $365 million, the biggest contract in sports history, the question was, would he take the easy way out? Would he fight cupcakes? Would he just cash the checks? Well, in his first fight, he went up a division, won a world title at 168 pounds, and now he's dropping down to fight what many consider to be the best middleweight in the planet today. Needless to say, Canelo has chosen to fight the best of the best. And speaking of the best, how about I introduce to you a former 6-division world champion, Hall of Famer, one of the greatest of all time, the CEO of Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya.
Gracias, thank you very much. It's always nice to be here in New York. On May 4th, 2019, Canelo Alvarez will fight Daniel Jacobs in a battle between the two best middleweights in the world. Canelo of Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico will defend his WBC, WBA world titles. Jacobs, the native of Brooklyn, New York, will defend his IBF middleweight world title. This fight is important because it will feature two world champions who will unify their titles to demonstrate who is the best at 160 pounds. This battle is also significant because it features two of the most resilient fighters in the history of the sport. With Canelo, we have a man who has been fighting as a professional since the age of 15. He is a warrior from humble beginnings who has fought the toughest fighters at 154 and 160 pounds. He also became one of a small list of 3-division Mexican world champions by defeating Rocky Fielding in the super middleweight division. With Jacobs, we have a champion who fought a battle tougher than one could ever imagine as a rare form of cancer threatened his life. Jacobs showed how resilient and strong he is by coming back to win a world title not only once, but twice. Now he finds himself at the top of the sport, facing its biggest star. Another important thing I want to note is that the Lineal and Ring Magazine world title is on the line. The Ring Magazine belt has a spectacular history, especially at the middleweight division. The first person to hold the ring title in the middleweight division was Marcel Thill in 1933. Thill is considered to be the best French boxer in any division. And then, many years later, my partner Bernard Hopkins unified all the middleweight titles to become the Lineal and Ring Magazine champion. Hopkins started a lineage that continued with Jermaine Taylor, Cali Pavlik, Sergio Martinez, Miguel Cotto, and now Canelo Alvarez. Canelo will be putting this Lineal and Ring Magazine world title on the line against Jacobs as he continues to make history as one of the best fighters in the history of Mexico. This fight will take place at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, so we want to thank our partners at T-Mobile Arena for hosting Canelo for the 5th time at such an exciting venue. Canelo introduced this arena to the sport of boxing, and it has become Canelo's home. Tickets for Canelo versus Jacob went on sale earlier this morning. They can be purchased over the phone or online at www.tmobilearena.com. They're obviously running out fast, so fans want to be able to purchase these tickets as soon as possible. Now, for fans that are going to be tuning in, the best part about this event is that it will be streamed live on DAZN. With DAZN, D-A-Z-N, you can watch anytime, anywhere, and it's only $9.99. Together with DAZN, we're committed to making boxing more accessible and affordable by giving fans the best fights without the price of pay-per-view. May 4 will be a historic night for Golden Boy, and we expect a great performance by our champion, Canelo Alvarez, as he delivers a great victory at the T-Mobile Arena and on DAZN. Gracias. Thank you.
We're also fortunate to have with us today the former